I want to be the number one director. Every actor who's acting wants to be the number one actor in the world. Shahrukh says this. Me and Shahrukh started seriously working on it right after the release of Om Shanti Om. Shahrukh was never discussing how will we recover this money. There have been rumors that I have not directed the film. Action films work very well in the interiors. Whenever you make a film with the intention of making a good film, it ends up making money.
We have with us today the director of Ra.One, Anubhav Sinha, and I've just seen the 30-second promo of Ra.One and it's looking smashing. First of all, congratulations for that and welcome on Bollywood Hungama.
Thank you so much.
We've only seen Spider-Man and Superman, Batman, and we've always never really imagined that any Indian can be doing something of this sort. But what I saw, I think it's a 30-second teaser, but it looks something really good. It looks world-class.
Thank you so much. We've worked so hard on it, and we have gone past a stage where we ourselves can figure out how good or impressive it is looking, but it's very heartening to hear that you find it impressive.
I think there had been a lot of stuff had been happening in terms of that whether Shahrukh flies in the film or he does not fly, but from what I've seen, I think he does fly.
No, that's you just saw a bit of a shot. It may look like flying. No, he doesn't fly. It's not flying. It's an extreme form of parkour. So a superhuman parkour. Parkour is a technique to move faster than average human beings. So supposed to climb a building. You and I can't do that. But some parkour experts can do that. But it is still within human limits. But what we do here is beyond human limits.
I think it's unprecedented that before the film release, I think your film is releasing on 26th October, that is Diwali.
Yeah.
Today is the 23rd of March and we're having the first 10-second teaser of Ra.One has already gone out with the match, that is West Indies and Pakistan World Cup. And tomorrow you're releasing another teaser, that is a 30-second teaser that we just saw.
Yeah, that's a 30-second first look.
30-second first look of Ra.One. That is, say, approximately 6 months in advance?
Yeah.
6-7 months in advance. That is unprecedented in Hindi films.
Yes, it is. I don't remember having seen anything so much in advance, no.
And the first look poster came out almost on the 1st of January.
2nd of January.
2nd of January. So that is almost 10 months in advance. So why do you think that this film requires these kind of early promotions?
It's a concept film. This is not a kind of film that we make every other day and the audience is used to it. In a film like this, which does not have too many precedents. So it's important for us to slowly introduce the audience to the film and so that they can gauge what they're going to get when they go watch the film. That's one. And two is that Ra.One has been in the news for so long now that there's so much hype. Shahrukh hasn't had a release in over a year now, and by the time this releases, it will be much more. There's a whole lot of curiosity and hype and questions. And also, we have been involved in making this film for so long, so there is a whole lot of enthusiasm within ourselves to share it now.
And I think it's been 4-5 years that you've been working on this film.
Me personally,
2005.
5 years. Me and Shahrukh started seriously working on it right after the release of Om Shanti Om.
You made a famous, I think, quotable quote as well that in an era when bad marriages don't last for 4 months, now, we've been doing this film for the last 4 years, so all those rumors that we had some differences while making the film must be false.
Of course. I mean, like I said, if today's times, a bad marriage lasts 4 months and a bad association will not last this long, so it's only logical. There is no reason why two people who cannot work with each other would work with each other for 4 years.
Shahrukh has been going all out for this film and the kind of budget that this film is having is unprecedented. We've heard stuff that Shahrukh feels, and I've read Shahrukh's interview as well, and he has said that he's not making this film for making profits. Primarily he's making this film for his children and for the fact that such a film can be made in India.
So what I personally feel is that whenever you make a film with the intention of making a good film, it ends up making money. And every time you make a film with the intention of making money, more often than not, you don't end up making a good film. So in this case, fortunately, even my producer, whereas the producer's job is to make films for making money, but in this case, fortunately, I had a producer who was making a film to make a good film. So in spite of the fact that we knew the numbers as they were scrolling up, but the intention was always to do what we wanted to do, and we did it. And yes, Shahrukh and I both are very keen that our sons like it.
Sure.
So, because they represent a newer generation who subscribe to films like these.
Right, that is superhero and stuff.
Yeah, fortunately, both the kids have
liked the film.
approved of everything that they've seen so far.
Whenever Spider-Man movie comes or Batman movie comes, the kind of response they get is unprecedented in terms of box office. I think your film is already 100 crore film. It's a 100 crore plus film.
Yeah.
From an Indian market perspective, what kind of box office returns are you seeing? You're already sealed the satellite rights for 35 to 40 crores.
I do not know the numbers exactly.
It's being 35 to 40 crores. That's what.
Yeah, that's what I have read. I read 40 crores, but I've never checked with Shahrukh on that. I hope it is 40. I hope it is 50. But like I said, when we were making the film, this particular film, it was Shahrukh was never discussing how will we recover this money. He was just, every time I asked for one, I was given three. So he did not even consider that. He just wanted to make sure that we end up making a film that we wanted to make.
I think Shahrukh Khan is a phenomenon. He's a very different sort of phenomenon when it comes to Indian cinema. I think the kind of fan following he has overseas is unprecedented. I don't think any of the other stars can even come remotely close to it.
Yes.
The way it is, like his fans from Germany and it's like Belgium and even Japan, they have Shahrukh Khan fan clubs. Indonesia, it's unbelievable. It's unprecedented. Dubai, Middle East, it's outstanding. What kind of release strategy do we see of Ra.One over there?
Honestly, those conversations haven't started yet. We were so busy doing what we were doing, and then Shahrukh was at the same time shooting another film. So now he has finished shooting that. Now we have pretty much finished all the work that I had to do on the film. Now it's so now we have the time. So now the conversation has started, and I think over the next 15 days or a month, we will have answers on that. And I would rather have Shahrukh give those answers, because that's
He's a producer.
That's a producer's protocol, yes.
Say in the last 2-3 years, some of the biggest films in terms of, if you're talking about box office, Dabangg, 3 Idiots, Golmaal 3 recently, they've worked big time in the interiors of the country as well. That is India. What is there for the masses of India in Ra.One?
Can you ever answer that for any film that has even released? I don't think you can ever answer that.
But I'm sure that since you're an avid film watcher as well, you must be having something, you must be keeping something in mind that ये एक certain, अगर जैसे आप जो हैं North India से, you are from UP.
Yes, I'm from UP. Yeah.
So you must be having a taste for what people.
I don't think I can comprehend it and write it. It will be built inside me. And if anybody could figure out what is there in this film for the masses, what is there in this film for the classes, then all of us will be making successful films.
Sure.
These are all assumptions. My belief is that the story should have a soul, and that soul should be conveyed to the audience. And if that happens, it works with everyone. That is the closest to a formula that I can understand.
Sure.
Looking at history, action films work very well in the interiors.
Right.
So Ra.One has a whole lot of action. Strangely, my observation is that a lot of things that work in the overseas also work in the interiors, because the NRI population left India long back, and they still hold on to that emotion, whereas the urban India has moved on from there.
Sure.
And so there is a divide. I have a feeling that the best part of Ra.One is that it's a beautiful story, and everything else, whether it's visual effects or the big action or the superhero, they all come with it.
The girl's hand that is coming out in the promo, that is Kareena Kapoor's hands?
I am not going to tell you that.
Okay, not an issue. Kareena Kapoor fans would want to ask you that how substantial is Kareena Kapoor's role in the film? She's playing a mother to a kid in the film, and
she's playing so much more. Let me leave it at that. She's playing a mother, and she's playing so much more. It's a beautiful role.
It's a beautiful role, and because I think she's been working with Shah Rukh after a long time. After Ahsoka, this is their first film. She's done a song for Shah Rukh earlier. This is the first film that they're doing after that. But still, there have been whispers, there have been rumors that her screen time is not as much as maybe a star of her stature should be having it.
There have been rumors that I have not directed the film, so what do you do about that?
But still, what sort of screen time is Kareena Kapoor having in the film?
I cannot answer that. She's the female protagonist of the film. I have never counted that. And trust me, when you watch the film, you will not count it.
She's substantial.
I don't know how to define substantial. She's the female protagonist of the film. Now, any other question regarding the duration or the substance is invalid.
Because you know what happens at times is that the actresses, they're generally there just for the fillers. Ek do gaane ho gaye, some scenes, and that's about it. We've seen it in the past. Some mainline actresses,
yes, we
like Aishwarya Rai, she does not have much to do in Robot, except for the songs.
But I loved her in Robot.
Except in the songs, she looked fantastic. But except for the songs and all, she did not have really that much to do in the film.
Our commercial Bollywood genre, even why only Bollywood, Indian commercial films are very male-driven.
Right.
That's true. Yes, you're right when you say a lot of films do not have enough scope for female characters, but this one, and I will not have any, there's no reason why I should hide it.
Sure.
There's no reason why. Kareena Kapoor is in the film, so I don't need to hide anything about that. But when you ask me about her part, I tell you she doesn't only play the mother, she has a fabulous part in the film.
One more thing that has been, I think, since we've been speaking about the rumors, I think let's settle that as well. Comparison with Robot and Toonpur ka superhero, and
Who's that?
there were changes made in the script once these films came about and all. So how do you react to these stories? And
I react to these stories saying, spell my name right and print a good picture of mine with it.
I think one of the most substantial superhero films in Hindi films has been Krish, which has really worked big time, and they're having a sequel to that as well. So what steps have you taken, just stepping up the level and just making it? Because I'm sure, because Shahrukh Khan always aspires to be the number one. He always likes the fact that he's called. He would want to be the best in everything
Who wouldn't?
that he does. That is, but the way he aspires for it, and he's very competitive in
Everyone
that.
does. He says it. A lot of people don't. I want to be the number one director. Everyone who's directing wants to be the number one director in the world. Forget India. Every actor who's acting wants to be the number one actor in the world.
Sure.
Shahrukh says this. And which is fine.